What's good, YouTube? For Last Piece back for another video. Listen, man, we're gonna get this out the way from the rip. I have not been watching a lot of W. I pretty much have just been starting this season because I was curious as to what was going to be the outcome of the career of our two rookies. One being Angel Reese from LSU and the other being Caitlin Clark from Iowa. My curiosity led me to watching. All right. I mean, I watched back in the day. We're talking about some of Maya Moore. I would definitely watch some of Cheryl Swoops and Coop and all that. Lisa Leslie. But dig this, man. We're going to get this out the way. All right. Caitlin Clark has convinced me tonight for the first time, okay, where I'm just convinced that is a generational talent we're looking at. Without a doubt, her floor generalship, her seeing plays develop, her playmaking has convinced me. I already knew she could shoot, but like I said, I've seen shooters before. Just being a shooter does not make you special to me, but that's just to me. But when you add that floor generalship to the shooting, that's when you start to convince a guy like me. I was also impressed with her ability to get the ball into, her bigs. There's some of the passes that she make off of the double teams and stuff like that are phenomenal, without a doubt. That right there, we're talking about a generational talent who has convinced me, shown me why she was taken #1 overall. It isn't just merely circus bullshit. All right. Now, secondly of all, I need y'all to understand that this girl, Angel Reese, okay? This girl, Angel Reese, is also a generational basketball player in the WNBA. That is just what it is. Now, y'all sitting up here want to look for whatever pretty little BS y'all looking for to justify however you think basketball is. Listen, 26, 25 points, whatever. I don't know how many damn rebounds. I'm not looking at the stats right now. Matter of fact, let me pull these stats up, man, because we're not doing this today. All right, when we talk about Angel Reese, we are talking about 25 points, 16 boards. I need to know, what are y'all going to say now? All of y'all, Jason Whitlock, fat bitch, talking about like she has no talent, no skills. When she runs, she looks unathletic. 25 points, 16 rebounds. I need you to explain this to me. When 13 of these rebounds are defensive rebounds, all of you out there saying that she only can grab her own misses, I need you to explain to me how she went out there and got 13 rebounds. I need you to explain to me how the Chicago Sky's team was down double digits in the second half. But as a result of Kennedy Carter going out with her back being hurt, I need to know how many people going to complain about Alyssa Smith's hard foul, that #1. And then secondly, how Angel Reese powered this damn team out of nowhere from double digits to start on the defensive end, to make all types of shots all up on Alyssa Smith. All of these different types of things with Aaliyah Boston down there, player of the week, Eastern Conference player of the week. Y'all got to explain to me how heart don't play a part in basketball. Y'all need to explain to me how determination don't play a part in basketball. Y'all need to explain to me how the intangibles that this LSU champion has shown tonight don't have a spot in basketball. And then come back to me and think you can go at it with a dude like me who's been telling you from the beginning that them damn intangibles, as I told y'all yesterday, will come up and show and rear their ugly head when the time comes, when things get real. Now, this was the heck of a game. Of all the games I've ever seen. And like I said, I haven't watched a whole lot. This was the best W game I've ever seen. It was a 10 out of 10 when we're talking about drama. We're talking about the dramaticisms and all of those different things. When you're talking about a rivalry, listen, they were asking, is this a rivalry? I've seen jokers, buck dancing coons like Stephen A. Smith say it's not a rivalry, because in reality, he believes that Caitlin Clark is on another tier. She on tier 20 or something, and Angel Reese is like on tier 5. This is really the belief of people like Stephen A. Smith. So he won't acknowledge it as a rivalry. When in reality, we saw right here that there is no difference in tiers between the two. They play two different positions. They play two different roles for their team. But both, when it comes time to step up for the team, do what they got to do. Both of them. When the time comes, they do what they got to do for their particular team. And we saw it. It turned out to be right now, a win for the Chicago Sky. Now, I will not forget, Indiana has won 2 of the 3 times these teams have met. They won 2 at home, but this was the first at home. And I'm not going to lie, there was a time when I was ready to start this video and say that the game was over. That was really how I felt at a certain point in that game, because Caitlin Clark was dominating the hell out of this game. I can't even hold you. The court vision, they didn't know what to do. They was doubling her. And then out of nowhere, at some point, a light clicked off and Angel Reese's head said, hell no. That ain't happening today. And what I need is for this story to be told on ESPN. I need this story told on FS1. I need them to understand this. It does not matter if you want it to be a rivalry. Nigga, you don't get to decide what a rivalry is. What is going to happen is history is going to decide that this is a rivalry. God himself decide that this is a rivalry. That there's going to be a rivalry between this girl from Iowa, Caitlin Clark, and this girl, Baltimore raised, LSU trained, and Chicago queen of rebound, Angel Reese. There's going to be an absolute rivalry between the sniper and the rebounder. Period. Now, whether y'all like it or not, that's a side thing. That's a side thing. There's no way you can see that game today and tell me that there is not a rivalry between these 2 competitors. There's no way you're going to tell me that. Now, just to add a little bit more of a sober commentary from myself, Chicago Sky needs a point guard, y'all. They need a point guard. Now, Kennedy Carter, they got a 2 guard out of her. She's unstoppable. She was lighting them up. And I was wondering, honestly, they put a hit out on her. She hit the ground about 3-4 times. And I wonder how many times we're going to talk about that. How many times they're going to talk about how many times she hit the ground. Caitlin Clark went unscathed today, and I was glad. All I was saying was just, whatever you do, don't hit her. Because that's going to be the story that's going to overshadow this great game. And this was one for the ages. Man. And, it is what it is, y'all. I'm out.